friends, my name is Marines, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the books I plan to read for the booktubeathon. I know. I suck at readathons in general, but I can't not participate in the booktubeathon altogether. I love that it brings so much of the community together, and honestly, I could use the push to read because things have been a little bit laggy after vacation, during which I read 0 books. The booktubeathon is hosted by Ariel Bissett, and I will include all the pertinent links down in the description below. It is running from the 18th through the 24th, and there are 7 challenges associated with this readathon. I've picked a book for every challenge, but I am not holding my breath about completing all of the challenges at all. I'm just going to do as many as I can. The first challenge is to read a book with yellow on the cover, and I've picked 2 books for this challenge. In reality, I would like this book to be Homecoming by Ya Jassy, but I only have this book in physical format, and I actually do most of my reading in Kindle format because I can squeeze it into so many places. So if I have the time to read after work, then this will definitely be my pick. This is a family saga about 2 half-sisters that are born in separate villages and go on to lead very distinct lives. That all said, just in case I don't get around to reading that in physical copy, I'm going to choose The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is a classic children's tale that I've never read before, and it is part of the public domain, so I do have a copy on my Kindle as well as an audiobook copy, so I've got some options as to the format in which I can read this, and it counts for the yellow cover. Challenge number 2 is to only read a book after sunset, and again, this is more challenging for me, especially because the sun is setting really late right now. I'm actually recording this after work, which I never do, but there was a little bit of sunlight left, and it's a race against the sun going down for me right now. But anyways, I'll choose graphic novels for this challenge because it'll be easier to read them after the sun goes down for me. And in general, graphic novels are a great thing to insert into a readathon. They can really help break up some other reading. They can help you out in a pinch to feel like you're accomplishing some more things. So I always like to include some graphic novels when I'm doing a readathon. My first choice is Fables, the Deluxe Edition, Book 3. This is a graphic novel series about fairy tale characters living in New York City, and I've been enjoying it a lot lately. I'm supposed to be playing the video games that are based on this graphic novel series with Arthur from Chapter Select, but I haven't started that yet either. Things have been a little bit crazy if you haven't been able to notice, but I intend to start that really soon and to continue with my reading. My other choices are Alex and Ada, volumes 2 and 3. I read volume 1 a couple of months ago, and it's the story of Alex and the artificial intelligence he comes into contact with. I thought the first volume was okay. I had a little bit of issues with kind of the static storytelling, which may or may not have been purposeful, but did not work for me. But it's only 3 volumes in total, and I really would just like to finish off the series, especially because I do hear that it gets better. And then I also have Bitch Planet Volume 1. I really don't know much about what this is about, but my good friend Wendy sent me Volume 1 for my birthday last year in September, and I have yet to read it because I am the worst, and I would like to stop being the worst. Challenge number 3 is to read a book that you discovered because of BookTube, and I am choosing Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I have tried to start this book like 2 times now, and nothing's wrong with it, but I just haven't been able to really get into it enough to want to pick it up again after I put it down the first time. For the 2 other people in the community who haven't read it yet, this is a YA science fiction about the invasion of a planet and like the ensuing problems, but it's told all in documents and case files and in interviews, and it follows our 2 young adult leads who happen to have broken up on the day of the invasion. BookTube loves this book, so I'm going to give it another try. Challenge number 4 is to read a book by one of your favorite authors, and one of my new favorites is Benjamin Alire Sands. I've read 2 books by him, one young adult and one adult book, and I really enjoyed both of them. One I loved, one I thought was really great. So this is going to be a test of my love for this new favorite. I'm choosing to read Last Night I Sang to the Monster, a story of an 18-year-old boy who finds himself in rehab but can't remember how he ended up there. Challenges number 5 and 6 I'm going to do together, and they are to read a book that is older than you, and then to read and watch a book and its adaptation. I'm choosing Persuasion by Jane Austen. Usually every year I reread Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion, and Jane Eyre. This year I've already done Pride and Prejudice, so I figured Persuasion would be a good one to give a try. It's pretty short, and I will honestly probably end up watching both adaptations, the one from 1995 and the one from 2007, as one does. Challenge number 7 is to read 7 books, and again, I am not holding my breath about this. I would have to read 2 other books in addition to the things that I have mentioned in order to complete this challenge. I do have 2 additional books picked out, so I'm going to tell you about them and see what happens. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. This is the book that I am rereading this month. Every month I pick a book and I reread, and I invite you guys to join me in a buddy reading group so that you can discuss your thoughts about it, and I can tell you my thoughts going back through it for a second or third time or whatnot. This will be the second time that I'm reading this. I originally read it last year in February 2015, and I really enjoyed it. It really gripped my emotions. It made me think about a lot of different things, and I'm very curious to see if I will be as emotionally invested the second time around as I was the first. In this book, we learn right away that the oldest child in a family is dead, and what follows is just really trying to figure out all of the things that led to the moment and led to that death, and just kind of the family dynamics. It's a very layered story. It's beautiful, and I'm very excited to read it, and I hope that if you have ever wanted to read this book, that you would take the time maybe and do it with me now. I don't know, it could be cool. That was like probably the least cool thing to say. I've also got The Soul of an Octopus on deck, and I got this after I heard Olive from a Book Olive just rave about her reading experience with this. I got the ebook copy and I got the audiobook copy for myself, so I might stick that in there somewhere, especially because it's audio. I might be able to listen to some as I'm driving and all of that. That's it. I've been watching TBR videos as they come out, and I will continue to do so because I love watching TBR videos for readathons for whatever reason. I'm very excited to hear what you all are going to try to be reading this week. I will be updating. I'm going to try and vlog daily. If I'm reading daily, that's definitely something that's going to happen, but I will also be updating on Twitter, so if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should probably do that. If I read Homegoing, Fables, Illuminae, Last Night I Sang to the Monster, Persuasion, Everything I Never Told You, and The Soul of an Octopus, that means I'm going to be trying to read a total of 2,189 pages, and I want to read all of that during the week. I have to read 312 pages per day. Let me know down in the comments if you're going to be participating, and also if you've read any of the things that I've mentioned on this list. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys soon. Let's just hope that this entire readathon doesn't get derailed by watching Austen adaptations. It could happen.